It's so sad that in the 21st century there are actually people that live and die thinking that communism actually works. Hi everyone, I'm Andrew Oaktree, and today I will be using one of the rights that the left always preaches about, which is the freedom of speech. And I'm going to use that freedom to piss off quite a lot of leftists today. And I'm going to start off by looking at one of the comments, which was, "I'm not Portuguese." Now, considering that I work, that I pay my taxes, that I care about my family, my children, that I vote, then with that in mind, I do believe that perhaps I'm not the typical Portuguese. Because I do care about the future of my country and the future of my children. Now, the reason why some of you might think that I have a very bad attitude when I'm doing the videos, it's because your indifference towards, doing what's right when it's basically having to vote. This happens every 4 years. And when I see that almost 60% of my own people don't even get their fat asses out of the couch to go and vote and do what it should be their responsibility as citizens, which is to vote, then I get pissed off. And I get pissed off because their lack of judgment, their indifference, is taking food out of the table of my children. What do you think it's like living in a socialist country? How about this? How about the levels of corruption are through the roof? How about the fact that whenever you go on vacations to another country, you always feel poor, miserable, because we have one of the lowest salaries in the European Union? I almost feel ashamed of being Portuguese. Now, in reality, looking back in history, we were an amazing people. At a certain point in history, we were considered as Portuguese Empire, a Portuguese Empire. We were in India, we were in Brazil, we were everywhere. And now where are we? We are a disgrace. We are one of the poorest countries in all of Europe. And all of this due to socialism, due to the indifference of the Portuguese people. We have the gasoline already at 2 euros. Do I see anyone in the streets making noise? No. But I went to the streets. I'm part of a political party. I go and vote. I contribute. And I do believe that I'm doing the right thing to try and change the status and the situation of the country. We could be an amazing country. We have amazing beaches. We have amazing gastronomy. If we had but a decent political party governing the country, then there would be so much more that we could do. Imagine if we, as Portuguese, lived in the country that we live in, and we earned the same salary of an Austrian, or a German, or a Frenchman. Imagine the quality of life that would be. But instead, you're stuck with not really living, but mostly surviving. An average salary of 800 euros? In this 21st century? Are you fucking kidding me? Now please, by all means, explain something to me. Why is it that everywhere I go, coffee places are always full, but on the day that we need to vote, it's mostly empty? Only about half of the Portuguese people actually go and vote. Why is that? Oh, the reason what I hear the most is, oh, they're all the same. Right. So if they're fucking up quite so much like the Socialist Party has been doing for years, for the past 46, 47 years, you're really not going to do anything? If someone tries to rob you in the street to take your wallet, are you going to stay idle? Are you going to let them take your cash? Are you not going to defend yourself? I believe that what's happening in Portugal is very closely related with the culture that we have. And you can see this in so many other situations. For example, you live in a building. You have one of those annual meetings of neighbors. where they try and fix stuff in the building. Most people don't give a shit. They don't even show up. Even the people that have issues in their own house, they don't even seem to care. Let me tell you one thing right now. I do believe, and this is my own opinion, that currently Chega is the only political party that can change the situation where Portugal is in right now. I find it absolutely astonishing that most people, whenever they talk about the right wing, they always refer to them as fascists. Now, this reveals an enormous lack of culture, of information, and it's insane. It's absolutely insane. You know, back in the past, in our parents' generation, there wasn't such a thing as the internet. So we were mainly fed information from the TV, from the radios. Nowadays, if I want to know something, if I want to learn something, I just go onto the computer, on Google or whatever, and I just search for it, and immediately, in a matter of seconds, I have the information at my disposal. Why the fuck are you people still voting for the socialists? Why are you blind? Are you people blind? Let me tell you one thing, and I'm going to leave it right. I'm going to end the video here with this scenario. The other day, a friend of mine who lives in the UK, he asked me, what is socialism? It's a failed philosophy that basically destroys the countries from within. And what are socialists? Well, socialists, I see three possible situations. Either these people are ignorant and don't even bother learning what it is that they're voting for, or they are corrupt and they have people in the government and so it interests them voting for the socialists. Or the third case is like people thinking that political parties are the same exact thing as football clubs. So, I was born, my father was a communist, my mother was a communist, so I'm going to be a communist as well. And I don't even know what they stand for. And do explain this to me, please. If fascism is considered illegal in Europe, how come communism is not? Communism killed more people than fascists, and than fascism. Curious, isn't it? When a time comes to vote, don't be an asshole. Get your fat ass out of the couch. Think about the future of your children. And go tell the government enough is enough. We as Portuguese, we deserve more. But if we don't stand up for our rights, if we don't stand up for what we believe that is just, then who do you think will?